What is up, NASCAR racing fans? You're watching the NASCAR Nitro Series on the HSL Diecast Racing channel. Happy last night of Hanukkah to all of my viewers who celebrate it. And today we are still on Broad Street. It's still frozen from City Hall to the Xfinity Mobile Arena because we're still racing. It's the Modified's turn to race on Broad Street. It's the same rule setup as the stocks. The bricks underneath the split track are gone, but it's the same rule setup. The top 48 in points. They're going to be competing for 40 spots in the race. And we're going to kick things off with our Grand Marshal. The 94 Jaguar I-Pace got a top 10 finish, almost made it to the finale at Legion of Doom Raceway. And great form there. Spins out right across the finish line, showing off. Now for the Modifieds, it is going to be a little bit different. The pole is right on the inside, so your points leader, Burt Buzzard, he took a narrow 32-point lead at Pocono in the last race, is starting on the inside. Some pushback for Morgan Shepherd. Gavin McSpadden, Bobby Allison, second and third. Burt Buzzard moves on to the pole competition. Meanwhile, Morgan Shepherd has to race his way in the last chance races. And now it's time for the section number 2. Second place in points, Clyde is on the pole for this segment. Next to him, Baby Richie, Lord Shank, and the stock of Coffee Tart. Everyone gets a little bit of pushback, but that 99-gram Clyde flies away from everybody else. But look at Coffee Tart on the outside. From fourth place to first, it's going to be Riot Isaac that'll have to race his way in. And Mark D is so far 2 for 2. Let's see if Crazy Ruby can make it 3 for 3. Doesn't look likely. It's going to be J-Bo that moves on to the pole competition. And El Recco for Lucky Jackson, not so lucky. He'll have to race his way in. And up next, we have fourth place Puff, the winner of the New Jersey Blizzard Bash, and the 905 Diecast Creature Feature, alongside Sparky Racer, Christie, and his teammate Lee Petty. And surprisingly, Puff sinks like a rock at the very end there. I was not expecting that at all. Let's see who's going to get it from the segment number 5. Gale Force, 5th place in points, starts on the pole. But Charlie Verney, look at him, moving on to the pole competition, looking for that first career top 10. The worst he can start is 16th, so good starting spot for him. Rusty Wallace ended up on his roof there, so that's 4th place. He'll have to race his way in. And look at Gray flying off for this segment race. Baby Richie catch up. It's going to be Baby Richie at the line. We're going to show you this on the replay. If you look here, Gray with a car length lead heading off of the ramps, but Baby Richie bounces off of Gray, uses him as sort of a catapult to catapult himself into the pole consideration. And let's see if his teammate Misty G can replicate that success. They got 2 stocks on the outside. And Skeeter Davis takes it as your stock champion, fails to finish the lap, might still be hungover from all that victory champagne. But what the heck, he deserves it after the season he's had in the stocks. And right now we have the 8th qualifying segment, 8th place, Gaza, 2-time race winner this season, the only driver not to get any pushback from the start gate. And look at this, Gaza with multiple car length lead, stays smooth over the ramps, takes it by 3 or 4 car lengths over Elton Sawyer, and Sloppy Bear will have to race his way in. What a dominant performance by Gaza. Let's see who's going to get into the pole conversation from this segment here. Po' Boy, once again, flying away with it. Flips over on his roof and recovers. What a great drive by Po' Boy. And it looks like the stock of Johnson Jr. will be the odd man out. But he's got 2 teammates in this segment, Casey Kane and Lord Raymond, along with Szechuan Broccoli and Tyler Bloodfish. Casey Kane, his front axle is damaged by tungsten putty, but it doesn't seem to have hampered him much as they're side-by-side heading towards the ramps. Casey Kane fighting for the lead, and it's going to be Tyler Bloodfish takes over from Lord Raymond at the last second. The stock field killer has done nothing all season, emboldened by Paul Menard's upset victory in the stocks race. Pulls off the upset in qualifying segment number 10, but there's not going to be an upset no matter who wins this segment. You have Harry Hoon and the Owlman, 2 fast castings, alongside 2 of the fastest stocks in Far Out Jay and Charlie. And they are side by side, 3 wide to the finish line. It's going to be Harry Hoon. Here they are on the replay as they start to get diagonal. And who knows what Charlie was doing there, but look at that double reverse side draft to take the win for Harry Hoon. And we have our final first round segment of this qualifying session. Heather, 12th in points, lined up next to Giorgio, who's hosting an IndyCar tournament. My car's almost ready for that. Last IndyCar tournament I entered was a ton of fun, so that should be a lot of fun. Check his channel out. The gates are down. Rowan, Heather's stock teammate's going to run away with this one. Giorgio second, and Heather to the last chance races. Now it's time for the pole competition. The 12 segment winners are going to line up in groups of 4. The final 3 winners are going to race for the pole. Burt Buzzard's got to be the favorite here. Him and Po' Boy side by side. It's going to be Burt Buzzard by half a car length. Now let's see who's going to join him. His teammate Harry Hoon, Misty G, Charlie Verney, and the stock of Tyler Bloodfish. Let's see who it's going to be. The gates are down. Pushback for Tyler on the outside. Charlie Verney takes a half a car length lead heading into the ramp. He hits the truck stick on Harry Hoon, puts him on his side, takes the win by a bumper length. And let's see who's going to join Charlie Verney and Burt Buzzard in the race for the pole. Is it going to be J-Bo, Gaza, Baby Richie, or the stock of Rowan? The pushback for Baby Richie out of the start gate. He's out of this. It's going to be Gaza sliding across the finish line sideways, throwing a block on J-Bo to secure a top 3 starting spot, and the gates are down for the pole. Burt Buzzard and Gaza side by side. Charlie Verney not that far behind, but Burt Buzzard goes flying. It's going to be Gaza takes the pole at the last second as they split behind him. And now it's time for the consolation races. The second and third place finishers in the first round headed out to see where they're going to draw. The first place finishers, second place, third place, and fourth place, all going to have separate draws. Going to be 3 races for the second place finishers, 3 races for the third place finishers. I'm not going to spend too much time on these unless there's a really epic finish, which there hasn't been in the first 2 laps here. We have Gray here. He almost won his qualifying spin. And look at that pushback for Baby Richie. It looks like Gray's going to be the favorite for this one here. I don't know why this lap filmed in slow motion while the other 2 didn't, but that one was a pretty decent finish. They were 3 wide at the end. Now it's time for the third place races. Bobby Allison got third place in his segment there. He's got to be the favorite here. And Bobby Allison, his stock teammate Chase Elliott go 1-2 there. So we have Casey Kane, Christy Hertz So Good, and Tristan Racewelski. Tristan Racewelski in the top 10 in stock points, getting his feet wet in the mods for next season when the 2 series merge together. And it looks like it's going to be Christy running away with this one by several car lanes. Casey Kane blocks his stock teammate at the end. And up next we have Lord Shank and Chef Squid, who raced on Lord Shank's channel last season. Far Out Jay and Coop. And it's going to be Far Out Jay, who has a main event appearance in the mod series despite being a stock. Him and Skeeter Davis are the only stocks to have done so far this season. And here are the draws for positions 17 through 36. The winners of the second place finishers of the second place races. Third place finishers of the seconds races. Here we have the draws for the last place finishers of the second place races and the first 2 finishers of the thirds races. And you have Hertz So Good starting in 36th. And now it's time for the last chance showdown. The winners of each of these 4 races are going to be your 4 final starting spots. The first 3 races are going to be the last place finishers of the 12 first round races. And the second place finishers will move on to the very last race for the 40th place starting spot. And up next we have 2 huge names in the series. Third and fourth place in points, Puff and Lucky Jackson. Everybody but Szechuan Broccoli gets some pushback from the start gate. And it's Szechuan Broccoli and Lucky Jackson side by side for the win. And we're going to slow this down. It's a key moment here. Let's see what Lucky Jackson does. And he does get it at the very end. Lucky Jackson in first, Szechuan Broccoli in second, Rowan in third, and Puff fourth place in points is going to DNQ for the race. That mathematically eliminates him almost certainly, no matter what the top 3 drivers do. What a horrible break for Puff. Now let's see if his teammate Riot Isaac can avoid that same fate. He's starting on the pole, but it's going to be Johnson Jr. or not. Johnson Jr. flips back onto his wheels at the last second. It's going to be Johnson Jr. moving on. Riot Isaac has to race his way back in. And now let's see who our final starters are going to be. Is it going to be Sloppy Bear, Rusty Wallace, Heather, or Charlie? And Rusty Wallace is running away with it, but it's going to be Charlie as Rusty Wallace flips onto his roof at the last second. Heather finishes the lap barely on her wheels. So here it is for the 40th and final starting spot. Your Daytona 500 winner, Heather, alongside Riot Isaac and Szechuan Broccoli. Some pushback for the outer lanes. Heather with a car length lead heading into the ramps. Heather on her roof. It's going to be Riot Isaac, your final starting spot. Heather with the last minute DNQ. And here is your starting lineup for the race. It's going to be Gaza on the pole, Charlie Verney starting in second. Your points leader by a slim 32 points, Burt Buzzard, starting third. Some notable DNQs include Puff, who is now, I believe, mathematically eliminated, as well as Heather and William for Uncle Elvis Racing, coming straight off of the stock championship. Well, for William, maybe he deserves a break after that grueling double-duty season. Riot Isaac and Lucky Jackson sneaking in by the skin of their teeth. Lucky will have to make up a lot of ground on race day. He's not mathematically out yet. It's going to be an exciting race. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And signups for the 2026 season are finally online on redlinederby.com. You can sign up on the link in the description and mail your cars out to HSL Diecast P.O. Box 7, Wing Gap, Pennsylvania 18091. That's right, signups for the 2026 season are currently on Redline Derby on the link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see yous out there on the track.